Welcome to the Merriam English Programs tutorial on accessibility options for iOS 9. In this training, I will show you how to get to the accessibility features on your iOS 9 device and give some general information on selected accessibility features. Since there are so many accessibility features for iOS 9, I will only be able to provide a brief overview of a few selected features, but feel free to try out the additional features on your own. Also, there might be a slight fluctuation in tabs in your accessibility settings based on what iOS 9 update is on your device. In order to get started, you'll need to turn on and unlock your device. Next, you'll need to find the settings icon on your device and select it. In the settings icon, you'll need to go down to General and click on Accessibility. In the accessibility settings, there are many different features that can be used to enhance the user's experience. Most of the accessibility features were created to help make iOS devices more accessible to individuals with disabilities. The accessibility features are broken down into 5 different categories: vision, interaction, hearing, media, and learning. The first category I'll be going over is the vision category. In the vision category, it was used to help people with visual impairments be able to use Apple products. When we look through the vision group of features, the first one that appears is VoiceOver. VoiceOver is a screen reading tool that allows users to read off information selected on their screen in order to navigate their screen. When you click on the VoiceOver icon, you will go over to the VoiceOver settings. In the VoiceOver settings, there are many different features that you can use. Since there are so many features, I will not have time to go over all of them, but I'll cover the essential ones that users should know. The first one is to enable and disable the VoiceOver feature. One thing you want to keep in mind is that the instructions for the VoiceOver feature are below the switch. Here is what VoiceOver sounds like when you enable it.
VoiceOver on. Landscape. Home button to the right. Set VoiceOver on. VoiceOver off.
Now that you have a brief example of what the VoiceOver command sounds like, I'm going to also explain some of the features that you could use with VoiceOver to adjust the settings. You can adjust the speaking rate of the VoiceOver commands. Speaking hints, use pitch change, or use sound effects can be enabled or disabled. The speech feature allows you to select which form of dialect you would like the VoiceOver command to have. The next tab in the vision category is Zoom. Zoom allows the user to magnify the screen on their device. In order to activate Zoom, you must click on the Zoom switch. The most important feature in the Zoom category is the Zoom region. The Zoom region allows you to either select Window, which is this example, or Full Screen Zoom, where it zooms up on the entire screen. The next tab is the Inverted Colors tab. The Inverted Colors tab changes the color of the screen to darker colors to make it easier to read. The Grayscale tab turns selected tabs into a darker color, darker gray, in order to make them easier to see as well. The speech feature can be used when something is highlighted with your cursor, it will read it out loud. The larger text feature allows you to adjust the size of the font on your entire device. The bold text icon creates all of the text on the screen to become bold to make it easier to read. In order to use the bold text, you must restart your iPad. The button shapes feature adds shapes to around hard to see buttons. The increase contrast tab allows the icons on your screen to become darker in order to make them easier to read. The reduce motion icon is helpful for users whose vision can't handle the zoom features used on opening an application. With the reduce motion applications on, it will slowly open an application into more of a fading rather than the zoom feature. The label switch adds a dash or a circle to switches to make them easier to read when they are on or off. The next section is interaction. The next section is the interaction section. The features in the interaction section adjust how the device responds. The first one is switch control. which I'm not going to go into too heavy detail about, but the switch control's purpose is to allow the user to connect to their assistive technology devices. So unless you are working with someone who uses assistive technology, you won't use this feature. The next feature is Assistive Touch. The Assistive Touch feature can be extremely beneficial for a user who has difficulty physically pushing buttons on their device, such as the home button. By turning on the Assistive Touch button, this allows the user to touch on a small illuminating button and an overlay menu will appear. This presents the user with commands that are usually controlled by certain physical actions. The Assistive Touch button allows the user to simply tap on the on-screen controls using one finger. The general Assistive Touch features that come on the overlay menu are the Device Control Center key, Home, Siri, Custom, and Notification Center. The next feature is Touch Accommodations. Touch Accommodations will change how the screen will respond to touches. You can change the duration of a touch before the screen is recognized, ignore or repeat if you have multiple touches on the screen, or Tap Assistance, which will allow any finger gesture to be performed with a simple tap. The next feature is the Keyboard feature. The Keyboard feature will allow the user to adjust whether they would like to use the Shift key to capitalize and decapitalize letters. You can also use key repeat, sticky keys, and slow keys on a Bluetooth keyboard. The Shake to Undo feature, when in Notebook or writing a message, allows the user to shake the device to undo what they have typed. The Call Audio Routing. The Call Audio Routing will determine where the audio will be heard during a phone call or FaceTime, and the Home button will adjust the speed required to double tap or triple tap on the Home button. The next section is the Hearing section. The Hearing section pertains to the sound that comes out of your device and how you hear that sound. Individuals who use hearing aids can connect their hearing aids via Bluetooth. Mono audio is useful if you're using a headset and have limited hearing in one ear. It allows you to adjust the slider to move from one ear to the other. The next section is the Media section. In the Media section, you can add subtitles, captions, and auto descriptions to videos that are uploaded on your device. This is often used for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. The final section is the Learning section. Guided access will temporarily restrict your iOS device to a single application. And the final accessibility icon is the accessibility shortcut. By activating the accessibility shortcut, when you triple click on the Home button, you'll be able to be taken to this specific shortcut that you select. Those are all of the accessibility features currently available. Thank you for watching the accessibility options for iOS 9 by the Mary F. English program.